Thank you for joining me. This is about Venus in the fourth house. In Vedic astrology, generally speaking, planets as well as their conditions like exaltation, debilitation, friendly sign, they have something called directional strength or Dikbala, which means this planet can offer really great fruits because it's kind of knows its path, it knows the indications, and it's pretty much in alignment with what that planet and is indicating. Venus and Moon both the feminine planets, they both get directional strength in the fourth house. So Venus in the fourth house, it is very strong. It's strong anyway because fourth house is an angular house. It's the most private part of the chart. It's where we go to relax at home. It's our private side. But nonetheless, it is an angular house, so therefore very strong. And also it has Dikbala there, or what we call directional strength. So this planet will give a lot of goodies anyway. The other thing is also that fourth house is representative of your heart chakra. So it just means that even if this Venus is debilitated, it is still very, very much able to give the person, the native, internal inner happiness, really, inner receptivity, because fourth house is just anything to any chart, any of the Vargas or divisional charts in Vedic astrology. If the fourth house in that chart, whether it's for education, parents, children, work, that subchart, if it has the fourth house of that, it has a benefic planet, especially if that benefic planet is either Moon or Venus. And obviously we are assuming with all of these that they actually have no malefic conjunctions or aspects. They will give really good results. It just means that part of your life makes you extremely happy. And it's also said that it's the people who have a good fourth house, they just naturally happy. They don't have to have a lot of possessions and material wealth and a lot of gain in order to be able to happy. They just naturally feel that inner happiness, inner fulfillment. They can always see the positive side in everything. So you just want to, even if your seventh house, because I know everybody wants to know about their seventh house naturally, because human beings want to be loved. To love and to be loved is very, very major part of being a human being. But even if your seventh house or seventh lord is in some way has been afflicted, if your fourth house is good, you still will be happy and you still can make relationships work. So Venus in the fourth house is indicative of somebody who has a happy heart chakra, a happy mind. It's able to give and receive in equal quantity because Venus is all about making good choices. So if they're going to surrender and love somebody, they want the same back. It's an exchange because obviously it naturally rules the second house of self-value and seventh house of other people. And they will have lovely and very supportive family. They feel secure in their skin. They feel happy in their skin. Their early education comes from your surrounding and the nurture and the family and the mother. So you could see that they have had good family education. They are close to their culture. They are quite cultured as well. And they just literally are happy-go-lucky people. They're sort of people that just, their company is quite nice. And obviously, all of this also depends whether or not for you, Venus is a good planet. As you know, Venus is not a great planet for certain like for example Sagittarius ascendant, it doesn't rule really good houses for you, 6th and 11th house. So you just got to see which how it works for you in terms of a planet. But obviously it's and for men as well, this is very lovely, because it just, obviously we all have feminine and masculine energy in us. It just means that this chap is able to connect on a very sort of deep level with you, and they're looking for somebody they really want to emotionally connect with as well, because they all things to do with the home, family, relations, all of that is extremely important to them. So these people, as well as all of these wonderful things to do with the 4th house and happiness, optimism and inner security, they also can be very good in businesses to do with 4th house. So they could be really good interior design, they could work from home, they might be very good at property, generally to do anything to do with property like design, architecture. They might, depending on the other alignments in their chart, they could be Vastu practitioners as well. So yeah, it has got a lot of wonderful connotations to it. And the other things as well, when this Venus is in the 4th house, it's directly aspecting your 10th house. So it also means that your job, your work will be giving you happiness as well. There's the fulfillment in that area as well. And this also means that the person will have very stable hormones as well, because Cancer is the natural 4th house of the zodiac. So having a benefic sitting in your 4th house has got connotations of Cancer, your sort of body fluids, and so this could also help that too. So emotional happiness is protected, and also you're more balanced in your hormones, which is beautiful, and it gives you a very peaceful mind as well. So this is my take on that. I'm just going to have a look at Rock Hudson, Hollywood actor. He just had the most amazing charm about him, and he has Venus and Jupiter, so 2 very benefic planets in his 4th house in Sagittarius, and Venus is his 2nd and 9th lord in the in his 4th house. So obviously gives very happy heart. He feels he must have had luxurious property as well, because it gives you that too. And sitting with Jupiter obviously expands everything is sitting with. It is kind of a bit desire based as well, because Jupiter is also the 7th lord. 7th lord is also 7th house is another house of desire as well. So Venus Jupiter conjunction, generally speaking, you're never really quite happy. You always want more, because of just the expansion that Jupiter gives you, and also the 2 planets are not necessarily that great for each other. But it does, obviously, 2nd house ruler going into 4th is a fantastic Dana yoga, and also 4th lord bid 2nd lord another Dana yoga, and 7th lord bid 2nd house ruler is another Dana yoga as well. So it gives him extremely good wealth as well. So this is my take on Venus in the 4th house. It's a really, really nice placement. One more thing that 4th house represents, apart from your home, is also your car and your mother. So it just means a nice relationship with mother, a loving mother who has obviously given you all the security and stability and nurture that you required. And also it can give you luxury cars as well, because Venus is obviously luxury and enjoyment. So it does give you that as well. And it also means that you're really happy being at home and chilled and just having friends over and cooking for other people, and just generally speaking having friends over and entertaining as well. It's another indication of this house as well. Thank you.